still a young adult. I have a lot of anger. I have a lot of emotions, so I put all that into the bar, and when I lift the bar, you know, it's just power, power, power. Can you make me seem aggressive? Obviously, from past the accident, you know, all those things that happened to me, it still gets to me. Along the way, like, the anger kind of becomes into something positive, because it helps me push the bar, break the bar, as we say. The aim is showing that people with disabilities are kind of the same as people with able bodies. We can compete, we can, you know, do sports. We're all the same, but in our own unique ways, you know. Any sport, it can be your sport if you put your mind to it. You fight hard enough for it, it's yours.
And a very good morning to the final day of the Dubai World Cup Powerlifting. So we've seen Chile and Colombia come through. We have three teams in this women's team event, and for Brazil, Lara de Lima, Tayana Medeiros and Mariana D'Andrea. We've already seen Colombia come through, Cristina Poblador, Jessica Ferrero and Ana Pinto, and for Chile, Nadet Garces, Macarena Montero and Marion Serrano. Very good morning from Will Downing. And it is a 10 a.m. start as usual here. Original schedule, by the way, was 9, but hope you've enjoyed your extra hour in bed. So this is the team event. You'll have come across this before. It's all decided on points, and we also draw the referees at random. They're all sitting in the crowd, and then they have to race up and get to where they're supposed to be. Assam Al-Zubi, Martin Chapla and Eugene Lee are our referees for this opening section of the women's team event. It's the heats, and the top 2 will go through to the final. So we'll have 9 lifts in this competition, being the women's event, 1 lift per woman, and that's converted into points. Lara de Lima was in the lightest of the weight divisions and a new America's record in that of 99, but generally we don't tend to see big record attempts in the team event. The men's to come up a little bit later, and then we will have the mixed final over the next 6 hours or so. It's been a very, very good week here. The biggest of the World Cup events, the most prestigious, and it continues that status. Next year it will become the first host city and the first venue to hold 3 Powerlifting World Championships. So if you see on the field, 9 in the heats here. I have to say, 3 very, very strong teams as well. It's going to be very interesting to see how this shapes up. We have a litany of champions here. Pretty much everybody in this field has won a medal here this week. So in terms of the first lifts, we'll see Chile go first through Nadet Garces, her attempt of 75, then Cristina Pablador for Colombia for 90, and Laura de Lima at the end for 90 for Brazil. As usual, we'll talk you through the various vagaries of this. But usually such a popular event with everybody. Now we're just about to get rolling. Fourth and final day of this Fazza World Cup in Dubai, the 12th edition of this, the team event, the final day, and for the next 6 hours, 3 finals. The mixed to wrap up the day, the men, but first, the women, and the countdown is on. So it's Chile who will go first through Nadet Garces. She finished 6th in the women's 50k final, and she's going for a lift here of 75. So that's going to translate to a score of 69 points. So 6th in the 50k final, she went as high as 80 in the second round, went to go for 83 but didn't get that with her 3rd attempt. So Nadet Garces with this lift for 75 kilos worth 69.6, and she has got that, and that is a decent start to the competition for Chile and for her. America's bronze in July. No mark in the World Championships for the 25-year-old from Concepcion, who was found through talent spotting, and she definitely has that. Excellent lift. So, Cristina Pablador comes now, the bronze medalist in the 41 kilo final for Colombia. The America's champion in 2018, silver in St. Louis most recently, from Bogota. And the Colombian national coach these days, Jefferson, from Brazil. Silver in the African Open she had, which was great. Colombia went to that. 27 years old Cristina is, and she's attempting a lift of 90. This will be worth quite a few points as she's in the lightest weight division. This will be worth 91.4. So Christina Pablador ready. That didn't take long for it to be a good lift. Gets it. 91 points for Colombia, 69 for Chile. And a very, very comfortable lift for her. So that's successes for Chile and Colombia. We don't tend to have many misses, you know yourself, in terms of the team events. They are quite rare. Lara de Lima, the gold in the women's 41 kilo final with an America's record. Went up to 99 kilos there, missed at 101. A reminder that records cannot be broken in the team event. A lot of the time they tend not to try, but we did have one, if you remember, in the team event, the men's team event in Belize, but it did not go forward as a European record. So Lara de Lima, 41 kilos exactly, and this is worth 90.88. The 0.52 behind Colombia, half a point basically, if she gets this. And this is for 90. She lifted 95 and 99 in her final, didn't get 101, but she won it by 1 kilo from Ellen Kariuki of Kenya in a real thriller. So what about here? Here she comes. Strong lifting. That is a good lift. Excellent lift by Lara de Lima. And it is the lead for Colombia after the opening round on 91.4. Brazil in second on 90.9. Just to round up. And Chile 69.6 through Naidet Garces. Well, that was very, very impressive, but as always we see in the team events, there will be less risk taken because it's not just yourself you're competing for, but your teammates. So as a result of that, nobody really ever wants to go spectacularly high unless you really, really have to. So they reckon a second round of lifts coming, and it will be Colombia to lift first through Jessica Ferrero, who we've seen come through at this competition. Jessica Ferrero for Colombia in her first international competition. Lives in Bogota. Came into national training this year. Jefferson Dorogo, the coach again. So for Colombia, this is worth 75 kilos. Throw in her body weight and you come up with 69.88. So this is to send them to just about 160 points. Next to go will be Chile, Macarena Montero for 90. And then another attempt of 120 for Tiana Medeiros, which is whopping, but it's all converted to points, remember, and that's the key thing. So Ferrero going now. And this will be worth 69.8, and that is a good lift for Jessica Ferrero as well. So Jessica Ferrero gets her lift in, and 4 out of 4 so far. That's 161.29 for Colombia. But Brazil and Chile have their second lifts to come, and she was very satisfied with that, and for very, very good reason. Macarena Montero for Chile going for a lift of 90. So this is worth 72.61. And this to send Chile up to 142 points. Macarena Montero was 5th in the 79 kilo final, 4th in the Americas Championships this year, World Cup gold in Lima. So Macarena Montero for Chile. Really good, strong competitor, and this for 90. And she has got it to Macarena Montero, as you just kind of thought that she would. She's a really good competitor. She lifted 90 and 95 in her women's 79 kilo final, and she's gone for 90 here, and she's got it. That is worth 72.61, and that does send Chile up to 142.2. Colombia leading 161.2. It's the top 2 into the final, and then whoever finishes third gets the bronze medal. So now the silver medalist in the women's 86 kilo final, it is Tayana Medeiros, 120 she's going for. This will be worth 95.48. And this would give Brazil a major lead. Medeiros silver in the 86 kilo up to 86 kilo final yesterday, where she lifted 125. Needed 2 attempts to do it and got 129, a new America's record as well. So everybody actually in this Brazilian team has set a new America's record in this competition so far. So here is the lift for Tayana Medeiros, and it is a good one. She lifts 120, and it's a whopping lead for Brazil. 186 she's got now. Colombia second on 161, Chile third at 142 with 1 lift to go. But their big campaigner with the big weights, Marian Serrano, is coming up along with Mariana D'Andrea for Brazil. So Brazil lead 186.36, Colombia in second 161.29, and Chile third 142.21. So into the final round of this women's heat. So now for Colombia, Ana Pinto. And it's 105 that she's going for. She finished 4th in the women's 67 kilo final. Only just. 110 she got in the opening round, missed 115, missed 116. Either one of those two would have won the bronze medal instead. And Maria Costa de Castro took the bronze for Brazil ultimately. Ana Pinto, the America's silver medalist in St. Louis in July, and bronze in 2018. Team bronze in the World Championships last year. She's from Cali. Carmen Zuluaga, her regular coach. And this for 105. This is very manageable for her considering what she's done in her final. This is worth 89.71. Ana Pinto for Colombia. And that is a good lift for Ana Pinto. A belting result, and as a result she gets 89 points, and it is 251 dead for Colombia. So Brazil and Chile still to come. Mariana D'Andrea for Brazil. Now this is worth 98.87, and if she gets this, Brazil are definitely in the final because they'll have scored just about 283 points. So then the big pressure will be on Marian Serrano. And here she is, Marian Serrano for Chile, and if she gets this, then it's worth 91.73. Chile would go up to 233. And they would have done everything that they could have. The bronze medalist in the 86 kilo final, a really, really good competitor. She's won a whole galaxy of medals in her career, and that is a good lift, and Chile have done all that they can do, so they finish on 233.95. Colombia lead on 251. Brazil have one attempt to go after Marian Serrano here, and if Mariana D'Andrea gets it, then Brazil will be in the final and Colombia will be in the final. So this is the last lift of the heats. So Mariana D'Andrea the 73 kilo winner here with a new America's record as well. That 135. She's going here for 120 for a spot in the final for Brazil, and that is a good lift, and Brazil have made it. All of their lifts come in, and Brazil finish with 285.23. They finish top in the heats. Colombia second with 251. Chile third on 233.95. And it was a really good lift from this fine champion for Brazil. The Americas, Pan Am and Paralympic champion Mariana D'Andrea has got Brazil into the final. Brazil 285.23, Colombian second on 251, Chilean third 233.95, so they get the bronze. Brazil and Colombia, they will meet in the final in a few moments. Good event this. Jessica Ferrero has played her part for Colombia, and now they will look to do it again.
How many was in the online?
Oh, good question. Let me see.
Maybe 50?
Yeah, about 50, yeah. Hold on, I'll check Facebook. There might be more watching on Facebook.
Yes, watching YouTube and Facebook both.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a total of 22 watching at the moment.
I think the competition has really more.
Yeah.
Enough breaks, so maybe.
That's true. And I think there's more in... Now the gold medal matchup, it is Brazil against Colombia. Lara de Lima, the 41 kilo champion here with a new America's record. Tayana Medeiros, the 86 kilo silver medalist, and Mariana D'Andrea, the 73 kilo champion. And for Colombia, being introduced now, Cristina Poblador, the 41 kilo bronze medalist, Jessica Ferrero, fourth in the 50 kilo final, and Ana Lucia Pinto, fourth in the 67 kilo final. Brazil against Colombia, and the lifting order for Colombia will be Poblador, Ferrero and Pinto, right to left as you see it there. For Brazil it will be Lara de Lima, Tayana Medeiros and Mariana D'Andrea, left to right as you see it as they're lining up on stage here. So Medeiros ready. Really impressive lift that she had. All the lifts obviously impressive, not a single miss in the heat stage, where Brazil won on 285, Colombia second 251, and Chile third and 233. And the Dubai skyline all set up in this tremendous venue. So we know who the competitors are. All we need to know now are who the referees will be. The draw happening now. And it's the same three that we had for the previous heat. Asim Al-Zubi, Martin Chapla and Yu Jin Lee. I hope they weren't expecting to be somewhere else. Well, that hasn't happened before. So, it's the same three referees and two of the same three teams that we've already had.
No, never. العقل السليم والجسم السليم.
So we're going to do a redraw, because the same referees have already been up on stage for a bit of time.
Just going to lift the weight, I think like a challenge in my mind between me and the weight. I just look at the bar and I say my target to beat you right now. And
so the random draw came up with the same random three again, peculiarly. So the referees coming up again.
I started from 2006. I have been participating in 4 Paralympic Games, and the sport is not.
Masih Mohammed. Asim Al-Zubi is out again. And Jari Laine of Finland. So it turns out we still have one of the 3 referees from last time is coming out again. So all set to go for this final. Our referees are in situ, and it will be Colombia to go first. So a reminder, we are going up in ascending order per round, but you don't need to go in ascending order on a country by country basis. So Colombia in the heat started with Cristina Pablador on 90, then they went to Jessica Ferreira with 75, and I imagine it would be something similar here. So Lara de Lima going for 90 again, which she got previously. That'll be worth 90.88, and Cristina Pablador before her will also go for 90, and that'll be worth 91.4 because of the lighter body weight. They're in the same competition, and in terms of the body weight, it's half a kilo that Cristina Pablador is lighter, so on the point system that is worth half a point more. Pablador with the bronze in the women's 41 kilo final, the America's silver medalist, former America's champion in Bogota 4 years ago, with her coach Jefferson from Brazil. It's been a good year for Cristina Pablador. Okay, she was dethroned of her America's title. That was silver, with Lara de Lima coming out on top. Happened here as well, but Pablador was third this time. Helen Kariuki in the way. But what competition? Pablador lifted 93, went for 97. Kariuki lifted 98, de Lima 99. So this is her lift. Cristina Pablador for 90, worth 91.4 for an early lead for Colombia, and that is a good lift. And that's pretty much all that she could do. Obviously went up to 94, started her individual final with 94, so 90 is very gettable. 94 with a bit more risk, a couple of goes in her individual final of 97, which she didn't get. A little bit of rocking and rolling in the end, but she got it, she got there. Lara de Lima, the winner here in the women's 41 kilo final. So this for 90 as well, and this would be worth 90.88. Looks like so far everybody's going to go for the same tallies as earlier. Jessica Ferreira will be next up for Colombia after this, and she's going for 75 again. So, well in situ, Lara de Lima, the reigning world junior champion still, and the reigning America's champion. Juniors now the next gens, obviously. So this for 90 for Lara de Lima, and that is a good lift. So Lara de Lima lifts 90 as well, 90.88 for Brazil. Colombia 91.41 after the opening round of lifts here, but that was a decent attempt. Tiana Medeiros has yet to declare what she's going to go for in the second round. Jessica Ferreira will be going for 75, but that was decent, strong lifting without a shadow of a doubt for it by Lara de Lima. Don't tend to get very many misses in team events because they will go for slightly lower weights than they would do individually, where they'll be going full tilt. They don't want to let the side down here. Jessica Ferreiro is next up. So Jessica Ferreiro, who finished 4th in the 50 kilo final from Bogota, was going into this competition with a lifetime best of 82. Matched it, had a couple of goals at 84 and didn't get it. So as a result, she's aiming again here for 75. It's worth 69.88. Tiana Medeiros next will be going for a lift worth 95. So this will boost the tally for Colombia to just about 160 points. Well, that's her calmed. Busy in the National Training Centre. There were a whole load of competitors from Bogota who were auditioned, if you like, earlier in the year. And now here she is at the Fazza World Cup. So here's her attempt for 75, and that's a good lift, so that's worth nigh on 70 points. That is decent from Jessica Ferreiro. Well, she's got all the lifts so far. That's going really well. She's 30, Jessica Ferreiro. Big international breakthrough this year. So that has Colombia up to 161.29. But Brazil can really break the bank now with their next attempt. Well, she was delighted with that, Ferreira. So Tiana Medeiros, the 86 kilo silver medalist. The America's champion, the Pan Am silver medalist, the European Open silver medalist previously, 5th in the Paralympic Games. Comes now, and this really would break the bank. This is worth 95 points. It's 120, and this is very close to the America's record attempt that she had earlier in the week. She certainly felt capable of it. Medeiros needing 2 attempts to get 125 in her final yesterday in the up to 86 kilo decider, where she claimed the silver. And it took a Legends World Record to beat her. Madeira with 129, and then the final lift of the competition. That was an America's record, by the way, for Tiana Medeiros of 129, Marian Serrero went for the record as well, didn't get that. She got the bronze, Medeiros the silver, and Tanwataiser Hamdan Al-Hajjaj of Jordan winning it with a Legends World record of 134. That was a good competition. So was this. Medeiros for 120. Brazil would go on to 186 points compared to Colombia's 161. Powerful campaigning and a good lift for Tiana Medeiros, 120, and Brazil are now in full control of this final as they leap up to 186 points. 186.36 for Brazil, 161.29 for Colombia. Impressive technique as usual. This is obviously a lot more gettable than the 125 she missed out on. She was actually surprised that she missed out on that first one yesterday. So that's the situation. Brazil well in the lead. Mariana D'Andrea is going to go for 120 again. That'll be worth 98.87. Ana Lucia Pinto will go for 105, which is worth 89.71. And if both of these are successful, then Brazil will win. So Ana Lucia Pinto coming. Fourth in the 67 kilo final, was just edged out. The America's silver medalist in St. Louis and bronze in Bogota. And all she can do is get this and then force Mariana D'Andrea to lift it out and to clinch the win for Brazil. Well, she got this previously. It's worth 89.71. They would go up to 251 exactly. Got this with the final attempt in the heats phase. Pinto missing out by 2 kilos in her individual final, where she lifted 110 but missed 115 and 116, so going here at 105. Well, strong lift by Ana Pinto, and it is a good lift, and as is generally the case in the team events, no miss. And for Colombia, no mas. They have done all that they can do. They finish on exactly 251 points, and now Mariana D'Andrea will have the final attempt to win it. Really decent, powerful piece of lifting. It was something that was really gettable for her anyway. Kisses to the crowd afterwards too. I think they've enjoyed this decider, Colombia. So the final lift of the final. Mariana D'Andrea goes for 120. This will be worth almost 99 points, 98.87. And it would send Brazil to 285.23. And there was just a situation really where Colombia could have asked their 3 performers to try and lift a bit more, but then there's the added risk of missing out. And as we've seen in the team competition since they've been around, since Nur Sultan and the World Championships there 3 years ago, you miss one, well then that's the end of the story. So Mariana D'Andrea for the victory for 120. That's the lift, and that's the win for Brazil. 3 white lights for Mariana D'Andrea. They got all of their lifts in, and she's bounding her way to gold. Brazil have won it. Colombia in second place, and they win it on a scoreline of 285 to 251. Gliding her way to glory, Mariana D'Andrea, and there's just something about the team competitions that means something different to these competitors. The victory ceremony is on the way. victory ceremony. Oi, for this women's team event. And in the end, nobody stumbled in the competition. 9 lifts in the heats, 6 in the final, and they were all good. Chile taking the bronze. The presentation party for this, Mr. Barahab, the representative of the Dubai Sports Council, and Mr. Mohammed Al Nakbi, the Secretary General of the United Arab Emirates Weightlifting Federation. So, Chile gets the bronze. They finished 3rd in the heat, so it's bronze to them. A total of 233.95 for Nayadet Garces, Macarena Montero, and Marian Serrano. And Santiago, a big target for them next year for the Para Pan Ams, which will be late in the year, which will be around November. And among the coaching selection, Hein Echeverria with the beard, and as a result, the coaches get the medals as well, which is only right. Para Pan Ams next year are from the 15th to the 23rd of November. So Chile with the bronze medals, and in fact the same scores that we had in the... I have to have your Burj Khalifa as well. We had exactly the same scores in the final as we did in the heats for the 2 who went through, but it's something to come home with for Chile. Colombia get the silver medals. They finished 2nd in the heat with 251, and that's what they scored in the final as well. To Cristina Pablador, the 41 kilo bronze medalist, to Jessica Ferrero in the middle. Good international debut for her. And Anna Pinto as well. They've done well. And the coaching team, Jefferson Tafaro and Carmen Zuluaga. So it is silver medals for Colombia, and they've performed really well. And they could have gone a little bit higher in terms of their lifts in the final, but then there's a risk that you miss, all for additional points. They in the end finished 36 points shy of Brazil, who were the top scorers in the heat with 285. They got that in the final as well through Laura de Lima, the 41 kilo winner here, Mariana D'Andrea, the 73 kilo winner, and Tayana Medeiros, the 86 kilo silver medalist. American records all the way through for them. They were the strongest team coming into it out of 3 really strong teams. But it is Brazil who take the crown here, and not a single missed lift throughout the entire competition. They get their Burj Khalifas as well. Wonder if they've got a chance to get to the real one. It's actually been a very tight schedule here, so maybe not. So Chile get the bronze, Colombia the silver, and the gold is claimed by Brazil. Brazil get the victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, your finalists for the women's team event. It is now time to take your photos. Time to take your pictures.
Very, very good competition and a crammed stage as well. Good event that. And Brazil have the main prize.
If we can get one more round of applause for our medalists.
Good event that. And we'll be back with the men's final. And that will start in half an hour's time.